Good morning, members of the Standing Committee on Law Amendments and folks listening and watching online. Thank you to the committee for this opportunity for us to present the benefits and importance of paid sick days in New Brunswick. As you know, I am Janelle Leblanc, the Provincial Coordinator of the New Brunswick Common Front for Social Justice.
I'm Robert McKay, Community Co-Chair for New Brunswick Common Front for Social Justice.
So before we begin, we would like to briefly present the mission of the Common Front. The Common Front for Social Justice has been advocating for social justice, better social policies, and more solidarity for over 25 years. It is one of the only anti-poverty organizations in New Brunswick and works to improve living and working conditions for all, including employer-paid sick days. Now for the context in New Brunswick. Currently, under the Employment Standards Act, workers with the same employer for 90 days get 5 unpaid days of leave per year. The Common Front recommends 10 employer-paid, job-protected, non-cumulative paid sick days, no matter the reason behind the leave. There are many workers at low wages who are essential to make our society function and whose contributions have been so important in fighting the COVID-19 pandemic. From grocery store clerks and convenience store workers to delivery drivers, agriculture, farm, and restaurant workers, these people were there for us during a difficult time, and they're still there for us. However, they are struggling. They and all New Brunswickers deserve better working conditions and need to be valued and looked after by our policymakers and employers. One of the ways to improve working conditions is by offering paid sick days. Often, individuals require a leave from employment for various health-related reasons. Paid sick days are necessary to protect the health and safety of workers and workplaces, and to help contain the spread of COVID-19, viruses, influenza, infectious diseases and illnesses, and outbreaks. Paid sick days also keep our communities and families safe, and they improve workplaces for historically disadvantaged populations: women, racialized and Indigenous peoples, people with disabilities, and older workers. Various international conventions recognize the importance of paid sick leave, including the UN Declaration of Human Rights and the UN Covenant of Economic, Social, and Cultural Rights. Close to 60% of workers in Canada do not have paid sick days, and low-wage, non-unionized workers, women, and racialized workers are less likely to have access to paid sick days. Following the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic in Canada, 10% of companies increased their paid leave policies. There is a clear recognition of the need for paid sick leave to keep workers and workplaces safe and healthy. Currently, 3 provinces offer permanent paid sick days: Prince Edward Island, Quebec, and British Columbia. New Brunswick should join these leaders in offering better working conditions. Sick leave allows for workers to take time off without worrying about stress associated with paying bills. Workers are struggling to make ends meet with the soaring cost of living, and many cannot afford to stay home without pay, even if they are sick. It also allows for employees to take time off when dealing with mental health issues and prevents burnouts. In addition, it is an accessibility issue, especially for people with disabilities, chronic health, and immunocompromised conditions. Providing accessible workplaces benefits everyone.
What are the benefits for employers? Paid sick leave keeps workplaces safe. Workplace transmission is a significant contributor to the spread of COVID, as COVID is airborne. The common flu can also be more effectively combated with paid sick days. Employees who access paid medical leave are more likely to return to work and work longer in jobs, decreasing turnover rates and lowering employer recruitment and training costs. Workers being able to take time off to recover from illness also means they are less likely to be performing work while tired or with limited capacity due to illness, thereby reducing workplace injuries. Paid sick days are also considered part of human resources best practices and provide a competitive advantage in the workplace. These benefits outweigh the cost of paid sick days. According to a study conducted in British Columbia by Dr. Jim Stanford, economist and director of the Centre for Future Work, quote, implementing 10 paid sick days would lead to an increase in total business expenses of just 0.21%. Worst case scenario in which every worker claims every single day of sick pay they're entitled to, whether they're ill or not, results in a gross cost impact of just 0.33%, or 1/3 of 1% on existing business costs. Excuse me. The benefits to business of helping prevent another pandemic with its catastrophic impacts on economic activity and profit obviously overwhelm the addition of 1/5 of 1% of total business expenses. What are the benefits for society and the government? Allowing individuals to care for themselves during illness makes for a speedy recovery and reduces the likelihood of relying on government-provided caregiving or health care, reducing health care costs. Being able to take paid sick leave without being fired or feeling pressured to quit due to illness also reduces reliance on government support during illness. Paid sick leave also helps prevent and alleviate poverty. Reducing wages and income lost due to illness reduces the vulnerability of workers and their families to falling behind on expenses. Preventing and alleviating poverty has positive effects for the overall economy and society in terms of buying power, gross domestic product growth, and reduced poverty-related expenses.
So now we have a case study from an employer, the Farmer's Truck. The Farmer's Truck was created in 2015 and provides an affordable mobile market truck solution for organizations to better serve local food deserts. This is a letter that I received from the Grants and Human Rights Manager on February 21st, 2023. As an employer who offers unlimited paid sick leave to my team members, I can confidently say that it has been one of the best decisions I have made for both the team and the business. The Farmer's Truck set out to ensure that our team members felt valued and heard. Unlimited sick time is available for both physical ailments and mental health days. Not only does it show my team members that I care about their well-being, but it also has numerous benefits for the company. First and foremost, paid sick leave ensures that my team members can take the time they need to recover from an illness without worrying about lost wages. This means that they are more likely to take the time they need to fully recover and come back to work healthy and ready to perform at their best. The Farmer's Truck Unlimited sick time policy was officially implemented in 2021. We have not seen an increase in our sick time usage since implementing it. This is due to the increase in team member morale and job satisfaction by giving our team members autonomy. We never want our team members to be put in a position between paying their bills and taking care of themselves. In turn, our decision for flexible paid leave leads to lower turnover rates and reduced recruitment costs, which is a significant benefit to any business. Another important benefit of paid sick leave is that it can help to improve overall productivity. When team members are given the time they need to recover from an illness, they are more likely to come back to work feeling well-rested and refreshed. This can lead to improved focus and energy levels, which can ultimately result in higher levels of productivity and better quality work. Finally, offering paid sick leave can be a valuable marketing tool for my business. It shows that I care about my team members' well-being and am committed to creating a positive and supportive work environment. This can help to attract and retain top talent, as well as boost my company's reputation in the marketplace. In summary, paid sick leave ensures that my team is healthy, happy, and productive, which ultimately benefits my company's bottom line.
I'll now read the first of two worker testimonials from two of our fellow New Brunswickers. As a teacher, I'm so incredibly grateful for sick days. It's such a relief to know that when I need to take a day if I'm sick or my kids are sick, I'm not going to be out of income. It's stressful enough having to prepare for a supply teacher, so it's nice to have one less thing to stress about. We're also able to use sick time for medical appointments, which, again, is a huge relief. My spouse has no paid sick days at his work, so our family sees both sides. Last year, he had to use a week's vacation when we got sick, and with COVID, that is, and he just used a week's vacation recently for illness. We know he's lucky to be able to do that, but that means he quickly runs out of vacation at vacation time, and he doesn't get to spend that time actually on vacation, which hurts us as a family. I've always been in support of paid sick time, especially now with the pandemic still raging. No one should be forced to work sick.
And this is the second worker testimonial. In New Brunswick, if you're sick, you can lose your job without guaranteed sick days. Employers can even have rules like no sick days without doctor's notes, or don't be sick 2 days in a row. A clear, robust, guaranteed sick day policy would mitigate this. Have you ever been fired for being sick or caring for a sick child family member? I have. I was 22 with a small child, and the call center I worked at said I could not stay home if I wanted to keep my job, as I had been sick 1 day already that week. Did I deserve to lose my job because I was too sick to take a bus to my child's daycare and then to work? This happened before the global pandemic, which has only underlined the need for sick days. Who hasn't gotten sick from someone else forced to go out in the world when they are ill? The lack of sick days disproportionately impacts caregivers who are often women, people with disabilities, the chronically ill, and service workers who are exposed to more illness in the first place due to their frontline work. Often these workers don't even get paid for the days they're out sick, putting them in more precarious financial positions due to no fault of their own. Now I have all the sick days I want as a salaried worker, even though I make more than I ever did in a role without guaranteed paid sick days. Where is the sense in that? Please protect our workers with guaranteed paid sick days. In conclusion, many New Brunswickers support adding 10 employer-paid sick days to the Employment Standards Act, especially minimum wage and low-income workers, people with disabilities, women, racialized New Brunswickers, and others. We recommend the Standing Committee on Law Amendments to support Bill 27 as it benefits the employees, the employers, and the government. Thank you for listening.